Welcome back to another episode of my Ultimate Iron Man. Last time we got two 99s. That would be 99 defense and then also 99 hunter. If you're wondering why I'm doing herbivore, even though at the very end of last episode I said, hey, I'm not going to do any more herbivore and probably not going to train any hunter past 99. Well, the reason is I was getting my inventory all set up, trying to move on to the next thing I have planned, and then I realized, oh yeah, we have all this numulite. I had about 18,000 from my 99 hunter grind, and I was like, I was just going to get rid of it, but I was like, well, what can I do with it? And I've already done a lot of the things you can do. Like I've done like the collection log ancient pages for the Fossil Island notes or whatever they are. I've done like you can pay people a certain amount. Like I know Prospector Pete, you can pay him some to get permanent access to Volcanic Mine. That's what I did the last time I had Numulate. The only thing pretty much left was for the underwater like fishing shoal or whatever it's called, the fishing hunter training method that you need drift net fishing. That's what it's called. DN, yeah. But you need 20,000 you can pay for permanent access to that. And it's weird because like we're never gonna use that. Like I looked into it when I was looking for hunter training methods, and like you need drift nets, and like the only way for Iron Man to get them is to craft them, pretty much. At least currently, that's my understanding of it. So like it's something that's not worth doing, certainly, because you have to like, it's not even just crafting them. You have to like, I think they come from like jute fibers or like one of those weird hops that you have to plant that like, you know, that like no one ever keeps. They're worthless. So like it's possible, but like not very probable to do. But still, I was like, hey, it feels wrong dropping these, like, you know, 18,000 when you need 20,000. I'm so close. So you can see I've done about like 140, 120, you know, I don't remember where we left off. It was a little after 2,000 herbivore. And also I'm very much missing the herb sack because of course I deleted the herb sack before I realized like, oh wait, hang on, now I need to get rid of this Nimulite. So we're doing herbivore the old-fashioned way. Definitely less reclined. The herb sack makes this so much better. So I guess if anything, this has made me appreciate the having the herb sack more. Definitely would recommend getting it for anyone who's considering doing herbivore. It's so reclined. Thankfully, it lined up really well that we just got that Numulite, so I'm gonna go. I think I might need to get some flippers or something. I don't think I'll be able to just go in there myself, but we'll go turn that in, and then we're gonna be moving on to some herblore. Well, that's gonna require some planning, I think. All right, and the whole reason we're here, we talked to this person, obsessed with fish. Let's see. Okay, well, I feel like an idiot because I'm pretty sure I've already given the 20k here. I don't remember when that happened. I don't know when I would have so much Numulite from. Maybe, no, just the other time I did herbivore, maybe I got a bunch from that. It must have been that. I mean, I do have I have like 2,000 herbivore KC, so, okay. Well, all right, I feel like an idiot now. Well, hey, we got some more hunter XP. We're going for ranks for UIM hunter levels for sure. What a fantastic start to the episode. Oh my lord. Well, as you can see, I've already started on some herblore here. I was trying to think about the best way to do it, and I started with earts because it's easiest. But then I was thinking, okay, well, I've still been doing like just like making the unfinished potions myself. But I was like, okay, you know, I have money. I plan on doing Slayer and getting money after this too, and I'm not planning on doing like construction grind right now, so I don't need tons and tons of money, and it's not crazy expensive. So I was like, hey, I want to be able to just go over to the guy in Narda here and have him make my potions, which I think we can just go ahead and do right now. Make unfinished potions. It costs 200 GP per unfinished potion, so that it was like 100k for 500 potions, so it can add up certainly, but I still think it's worth it for the time saved. Of course, you know, it doesn't get better than that. We already have it. But one thing we do have is do not have is the Desert Diary 4. And the last thing I need to do is make a wild pie here in the Narda oven. And Although we're not gonna get, it's not gonna be any cheaper or any easier to make potions. We're not gonna be any cheaper. It will be a little easier to make potions when we have that, because oh, we already got it on our first try. Cool, cool, cool. So I mentioned it's not going to be any cheaper to do that, but it will be easier because you see, if I try and go with the Desert Amulet 3 that I had before, if I try to teleport to Narda, it will say, hey, you only had the one teleport. That's all you get. But when we go over here and upgrade this to the Desert Diary 4, one of the many things we're actually going to get from this is unlimited teleports to Narda. So we'll be able to go there and get unfinished potions anytime we want. Let's talk to Jar. I've completed all of my stuff, so let's see. More Ferroscepter charges, don't know if that'll ever be useful. Let's see, no desert heat if I'm wearing the amulet, or maybe just at least have it in the inventory. Shortcut for the Caliphite, that will be huge, because I do want to go back to Caliphite. We still need... do we need anything from that? I don't think we need anything. I would still like to get another dragon pickaxe. And maybe the pet for that too, if we ever get it for Slayer. That's definitely something I plan on doing, and it'll be great now that we have that shortcut. Let's see. Free passage through Shanty Passes here, and at the ruin... Ooh, does that mean... That actually could be really good, the Shanty Pass thing. Let me see. Here, I'm gonna try and test that out right now. So if I drop... Actually, we'll go through. Do I need... Okay, does it work if I don't have the Desert Amulet, is what I want to know. Do I need to have it on me, or do I just need to have it? Oh, okay, that's just a permanent unlock. That's super nice. Because a lot of the times when I come here, I teleport to, like, BIQ or something. Or if I want to, like, I'll usually have to go in there to buy something and come back out to go there. So, like, it's nice. It's not huge, but it is nice that I'll be able to just do this whenever I want. But, of course, now if we go and do Narda, we can come here as many times as we want. And then this also has some niche uses here, because I think if you pray here, it boosts your HP. So like there, I think maybe like for like Corp or something, there's a couple times where it might be faster to just come here than to go to your POH, something like that. But I don't think it's like that big a deal. And of course we get our antique lamp, which I am just going to go ahead and put into herblore. 50k into herblore, we're still a ways off. But I was debating between that or prayer, and I figured at the end of the day, like, prayer is somewhat AFKable with pest control, and herblore is not. So I think all my lamps are going to go into herblore for now. But yeah, Desert Diary done. So all we have left is Wilderness, which we might never get. Kandarin, which again, like, I'll do pest or Barbarian Assault at some point, but I'm not excited to do that. Korund and Kebos, I just gotta get around to doing a raid here sometimes. And I will, but it's gonna take some time. I've been running some agility laps in my downtime because we're going to need some. I finally decided usually I stay away from Aventos because I don't like, obviously, making energies into super energies super easy. You just need amylase. Getting the mushrooms for the energies in the first place is the annoying part. But, you know, I figured, hey, I'll use them since I've got them. And we are down to like 800 staminas, I think. So we're getting a little low from what our stack was after our board grind. So I think we're gonna need 170 marks of grace in total for that. That's just for the ones I have, as herbs. I don't think I have any Aventos seeds. I'll have to double check though. But anyway, I'm recording this clip, as you can see, we've now passed 2k total laps on the Arty rooftops. I think is it like 1 every 8 laps you get one? I feel like it's even more than that. I'm just trying to think like theoretically how many total marks have we gotten from this rooftop course. All right, been doing my things here or there. Managed to get all of the 170 marks of grace I needed. It actually happened a lot faster than I thought it would. So we've just moved on to the super energies now, or I guess stamina potions. But yeah, just showing off my method. I've done this before. It has been a minute though, certainly. But I just wanted to share, there are videos out there on the internet. I just wanted to, actually add some commentary. The one I watched just had just a video, which I get, it shows the information. It gave me what I needed to know for a refresher. But for this method, and this is like a no drop method. You don't have to do any juggling at the Grand Exchange or anything like that. See, I've brought some already, my unfinished potions I've brought here. and then I'm going to make the potions while I'm here, and then fill up the rest of my inventory with more fungus, just so that I can make some more at the Grand Exchange, you'll see. So then I'm full, we'll head over to the Grand Exchange, and then if you're just low enough level where you're only making the super energies and not the staminas, you can just, ignore this part. But first for these, I come over here and then make them into these staminas with the amylase that I've already got. And then the essential part to this is, I'm sure there's some math of like how many inventory slots you can have, but there is a way, if you go and make 4 doses, which happens instantly, and then do 1 dose, which you have to wait for, which is still annoying, but you don't have to drop anything. You can see it just all automatically goes into where that needs to go. Don't have to do any juggling or drop 1 or 2, so you have enough inventory space. It just works. And then you go over here and make the rest of your potions, and then, rinse and repeat. That's kind of the thing. And the important part is you need to have 10 potions in your inventory that you're making at a time, if that makes sense. I tried with, I have enough inventory space with like holding, because you can hold the sickle and then still cast it with left click from your equiplet slot thing. So I had 11 potions per inventory, and that didn't work. You'd have one dose potion that didn't end up getting noted for some reason, so then you had to do a bunch of juggling and stuff. So it's I just decided it was better to just go for 10, manipulate your inventory so you can get that, and then it's much easier. You don't have to do any dropping. It's just knowing when to click, which buttons to click. And and then of course you come here, you've got your fairy ring set to left click. If you don't have one in your POH, I'm sure you can do other things, your usual, quest cape, whatever methods people have for getting to fairy rings. But definitely helps when you have one in your house and then the POH pool, because you do use prayer points whenever you're casting bloom. So you will need a method to restore prayer every now and then. Heck, I think the first time I did this method, I was literally just using the Artie cloak, and I would restore prayer at the monastery and then use the fairy ring by the monastery as well. So, hey, that could work if you need that too. Well, I think it's actually going to be not quite at the end of this one. Yeah, we have to start one more set of potions here. But yeah, the things have been going really, really well. I'm not enjoying this, but it's not been nearly, this is definitely like the best I've felt this far in. I'm not really that far into a grind, but like this far into a herblore grind. There's 89 herblore, we didn't get anything with that. Of course, we are going towards 90 is the big goal. 500k XP away, and we have gotten almost 400k just from what we've done so far, and that's these prayer potions you've seen, and then everything in this looting bag as well. So again, not terrible. I think we're about halfway with the total amount of herbs we have, but I'm not going to do all of them right now. I think I'm planning on saving the dwarf weeds until I get some secondaries for those, because I'm not going to go and telegrab 700 wines of Zammy or anything. And then I think we have quarms, which I'm going to have to start pickpocketing master farmers for, to try and get quorum seeds, but that shouldn't take too long at all, I don't think. You get them pretty quick. And we might also get some more herb seeds along the way. And then after that, I think we're just about done, and then we get to start diving into our seed box, if we haven't hit 90 by then, which you can see here's how this is looking. I'm not sure what I would start with of these. Maybe the Ranars, just to get them out of the way, because they aren't, I think it's still over 100k XP an hour, but they definitely are. You only get 87 XP per prayer pot. Let me actually check. So 116k an hour, because it's a pretty easy one to do. It's just the one secondary. But yeah, maybe we'll do that. Just get the low XP an hour ones out of the way. But yeah, like I said, I've been enjoying this. Might even end up going past 90. But we'll see how super combats are, because I know I've never done those before in any account for any serious amount of grind. I've made maybe a couple of them here and there on a league, or obviously for some achievement diaries or something. But actually doing a full-on, hundreds or thousands of them potentially could be interesting for inventory management on the UIM. Well, good morning, gamers. I'm just sitting here, casually been pickpocketing for these limproot seeds, going a little slower than I thought they would. I feel like I had more, but also I was pickpocketing for a while when I was getting seeds. But hey, it's not the worst, don't fail. We're still getting some good herb seeds as well going into our box. But you'll notice something literally just popped up, and I did notice there's no I'm surprised there's no, like, when you, like, I mean, I'm used to getting the jingles now whenever you get, like, 99 or buy a skill cape. It's kind of strange that, at least I didn't hear anything. Like, there's no sound whenever you get a pet. But, yeah, there's Rocky. We can talk to him, and you slip your hand into Rocky's pocket, and then Oi, but with a Y. Yeah, so there's Rocky. I know there's a couple. Sorry, I guess I don't know. Like, I'm sorry if it feels like I'm not like going crazy for that. I think that's one that like a lot of people. I don't say a lot of people have, but it's like pretty common. Like a lot of Iron Man get 99 and then post 99 thieving XP. So it's one that you can see every now and then. But I know that if you get like some of the like bush seeds, poison, like I think poison ivy has one you can use on it. Nothing interesting happens. All right, I realize with Rocky what you need to do is you need to have the berries and not the seeds. So if you use red berries, he turns into Red Rocky, which I think is pretty cool. But I actually gonna want to use the poison ivy berries. I just think this one, it kind of looks like the Iron Man like armor. I don't know, I just like it. And it still kind of looks like a raccoon rather than a panda. No relation to a regular raccoon, of course. But yeah, that's the one. Ziggy, its name is now. That's the one I will keep it as for a while. Well, hey guys, it's been, I don't know, 2-3 days since I last recorded my clip. It feels a little strange. I was in such a role of like every time I had a session with RuneScape, I'd be like, hey, I'm getting secondaries or making potions. You know, it felt very like a lot of forward progress is being made. And then I was like, all right, now I'm gonna get some quarms, which the seeds didn't take that long to get, only like 2 hours. I got 100 of them, but then planting them now, I was like, okay, do I want to do like farm runs? But then I was like, well, quarms, like I don't want to use compost, because compost, even though it will have the chance to, you know, the protection chance, it doesn't actually increase the yield. The yield for limp roots is entirely based off of your farming level. And they also just recently made it so the magic secateurs do give you a little extra chance too. So I was like, I didn't want to just do farm runs of those because they would die a lot probably. So I was like, okay, where can I plant them where they'd be protected? And I think Hosidius is the only protected flower patch. I'd love to be proven wrong. So that's what I've been doing. I've been doing that, and seeing as they only take like 25-ish minutes to, you know, grow for one cycle or one seed, I was like, well, I can just probably log in every 20 or 30 minutes and try and do that, which I don't have time to AFK at work, but I am able to, you know, take literally 10 seconds to pull up RuneScape on my phone, you know, plant, like pick up harvest the plant and then plant another seed. So that's what I've been doing for the last couple days. You can see we've about a third of the way through my seeds. I'm actually happy to report I've gotten more limp roots on average than I thought I would, because I know you get 3 is the minimum you can get, and I think like 12 or 13 is the max. And I don't know, like I was trying to do math. I didn't know if it was just right to say like, hey, do you like do half that for like, because it's like random. I don't know. It's hard to do stuff like that. I couldn't find any like calculators online. But right now, off my rough calculations, I think we are looking at around 8 limp roots per seed. And that's with 99 farming and magic secateurs. And I think the farming cape might affect that too. Actually, I don't know. I have no clue. But those are all my factors if you're someone who's considering doing the same thing. But that's good. I was worried maybe we would only get like 4 or 5. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just very, very happy to hear that. And I think I need to go check the farming guild to see how many I need, but I'm pretty close to having enough to make all of my quarm potions. Oh, also, we hit 2,500 laps with the Arty course. I've just been putting in the hours at the agility. All right, I think actually after we cross this little plank here, we'll hit it. We're very, very close. See, yep, 98 agility. 1 more level to go. And yeah, I don't know when I'm gonna start to grind that out. I might try and do a sepulcher session, maybe after I finish herblore, because I did just check after these quarms, all I have left are dwarf weeds and torstal, and we're still just under 500k away from 90. So I don't know what I'll do for that. I have an idea. I want to take a look at the the Varrock Museum to see how many of the fossil displays I have left. I think I've done most of them, but there might be some more like rare and then the plant fossils maybe. And I know you get some XP lamps whenever you finish some of those, so that could be a little buffer to get me closer to 90, but I'm almost certainly gonna have to start planting some of my herb seeds. Well, I don't quite remember where I left off with my last clip, but as you can see, I am in the not the full, but I'm like doing some hardcore farming. That's the main thing what I'm doing. Made up all of those super strengths. We got almost 2,500 of them, so quite a lot. I managed to plant a couple of the quorum seeds I had, because that is some of the seeds I have in my box. But you can see I decided to take out my Erit seeds, because right now we are 370k XP away from level 90 herblore, which of course would unlock super combats for us. And you know, we don't like need super combats for like, you know, I've already done like the boosting for them that I need for like quests or for diaries and stuff. So I think just diaries, I don't know why I said quests, you know, like it's just more of like being able to make them consistently, finally trying to transform all of my, you know, we've had 3 slots in the bag for ages now. It's been super attack, super strength, super defenses. It'll be nice to be able to condense those all into one slot, and then they'll be useful for our grind to go back to PVM, of course. But about the point in the episode now where I will have to plant pretty much all of these Erit seeds in order to get, I need like 3,500 Erits, or unfinished potions of Erit potions, to then, you know, just buy Eyes of Newts to get that, but that should be enough. I think I had just over 400 some. I've already gotten just 600 Erits from what I've planted so far, so I should have enough. I think I haven't done the math yet. I'm pretty sure we're pretty strongly in like the 9 herbs per average, and I think I could have averaged like 8 herbs and I'd still be fine. So we'll see. I'm just more at the point where like I definitely feel like I should end this episode, because it's gonna take at least, like, if I had 3 days in a row off of work, I'd feel confident I could get it done in 3 days, but I don't have that. So I still will probably be able to do what I did with the quorums, where I can log in. Obviously, you know, the quorums grew in like 20 minutes, and the herbs take like an hour and 20 minutes to grow. So it won't be as frequent. I probably can still log in during work here and there, get a couple runs in during the work day, so it won't be totally wasted. So who sees where it will go? But then I have to then actually go and get 90 herblore, which I think that should only take 3 to 4 hours. It shouldn't be that long. Well, I think I just been asking in this video maybe, but if okay, I got rid of the announcement already, but Forestry Part 2 is here. Just released today. It's like 1:30 my time right now, so it's been out for a good few hours. But I did see online that it looks like whenever you looked at the page where it would, like, the release page, and then where it would say like all the hot fixes or whatnot, most time for updates there'll be like 6 things where like, this is broken, we're changing this, we're doing this. I didn't see anything. I think there was maybe like 1 thing for forestry. So I think, that being said, I think we're gonna avoid any like rollbacks and stuff like that. Real quick, I want to view my kit just to make sure all of our stuff. So our bark is still there. You can see we got a whole bunch of new things. I'll go over this. I'm not gonna do it this video. Certainly next video we will look at this though, but a lot more things we can now store in here, and you actually kind of want these things now. I think before there were a lot of like events you wouldn't want to get, and now I think you do want them. But most importantly, they finally said that apparently all versions of the forestry kit or basket, whatever you have, should be storable in the POH. I would assume they would be in the cape rack, and it does not look like it here, so maybe they're in here. But I don't know if I've been holding on to this, but they had like announced months ago, pretty close after forestry came out, that they were like, hey, you can store it, and here we go. Yep, forestry crit storable, and UIMs everywhere, rejoice. Now I just need to know, they also released the 2-handed axes, which have gone through a lot of changes, but I think are mostly going to be worth it if you can afford it, that is. The big changes are, I think it is now, it's like 10% more XP and 20% chance not to get a log. So it's kind of just a boost overall. You do need forestry rations, but those should be pretty easy to stack up. I'm gonna have to do some math before we do that, because I think for woodcutting I will push towards 99 for sure. And I also want to start getting arrow shafts together for 99 fletching. So I'll have to do some math there and see how much I need of those. I would guess though, certainly without 200 axes, I would guess going from 95 to 99 would get me enough for 99 fletching. But again, I have no idea. Well, y'all, it's finally over after probably a week. I've been doing this just about, it feels like, planting all these. But we have been rewarded. You can see I unfortunately didn't track how much farming XP I got, but I'm at almost 13.8 mil, and I wasn't that much far over 99 when I started. So a decent chunk there. And we're still, so we've got what, 4,189 Irrit leaves. That's 5.6 mil worth, and that will get us, Irrits are easy because it's only 100 XP per, so that's just going to be 418k XP, which will be enough to get us to 90. I was going to maybe stop when I got how much I needed for real, but I was like, whatever, I will just just do it all, might as well. All right, now all that's left is to get these made into the potions, which is going to take a couple 3 hours, I think, about something in that ballpark. But I woke up pretty late today, and football has already been started for a while. I missed all the early games, but that's fine. The Bengals aren't playing till the afternoon. And yeah, so I need something to AFK while I watch that, and woodcutting was all I can think of. I know that Forestry Part 2 is out now, and we definitely are going to fully explore some of that next time. But for now, I'm just planning on going to Redwoods and doing that just while I'm AFKing, just to get some kind of XP, so I'm not just, doing nothing while I'm, at my computer. Long time coming now, but we will finally have the kind of goal for this episode, I guess, 90 herblore. We can now make super combat potions. And I think the strongest overloads for raids, which is also I think would normally be a pretty big deal for UIMs. Well, I don't know if there's potion sharing with raids. I feel like maybe they did change that or are going to change that. I don't know. I don't plan on doing too many raids. The super combats were what we were after. But yep, 90 herblore. You can see we're just about to hit 900k herblore XP gain just from this episode, which has also been 3 weeks of progress just about. So I've had time to get it. But yeah, just gonna finish up this stack of Irrits, and then I want to end this episode, because I feel like as you can see, we're gonna have tons more super attacks now. It's not gonna be even the number of attacks, defenses, and strengths that we have to make into super combats, because ideally I'd like to just condense them all into one stack. So I might have to plant some more of those, but I have to at least, this is the super combat potion episode, I have to at least make a couple of them. Oh, and at long last, we have made it. We are now making super combat potions, and if you've never seen this method before, you are probably looking at this inventory and just going what in the world is this? But I promise you, one, it all makes a lot more sense than it might look initially, and two, this is what you got to do for super combats as a UIM, because they are they are a little more difficult. It's kind of strange, because for UIMs, every other potion is roughly the same, I would say. Just different secondaries. Maybe some have a couple more secondaries or others, and different things. It's little differences, but mostly the same. Whereas this is just lots and lots of stuff. But I will try and run through the method for you guys. This method has existed for a while. Didn't create it, obviously. You can find it if you search for it on YouTube. But essentially, with a completely empty inventory, you can make 5 potions at a time. And there are a couple requirements. As you can see, you need all of your super attack, strength, and defense to be in 4 doses. And then we've also got these farming sacks. You can just go and buy them from farming vendors. I got mine from the ones in Hosidius. And then you kind of just do this process. So to start out, you want to make sure you have 5 tourstoles. And then I'm gonna go over here. Unfortunately, because we make them in 4 doses, you have to do the thing where you have to like wait for them to change and then go back to 4, which happens instantly. I still like a year ago I heard like Mod Ash or somebody talk about changing this, and like I would love to have that. I don't know why it like computers can definitely do this math, even like the thousands of these in like a half a second. Like there's no reason it should take so long, or like that we need to have certain inventory spaces. But that's just how it is. That's how it goes. But anyway, once you're at this state where you've got all your 4 doses and then your 4-dose super combats and your empty vials as well, you want to have a sack filled with, I think you can use like strawberries, onions, potatoes, cabbages, anything you want, but you need 10 of one type and 5 of another, and those numbers are very important. So to start, you want to empty the 10, so you have 5. And then you do your whatever potion you're doing first. Then you fill the 10, empty the 5, do the next potion, and then fill the 5 and the last potion. And just that order, the math there gives you 5, 5, and 5. And then bing, bang, boom, you get all of your potions made, 5 at a time. And then you use your Torstol and rinse, wash, and repeat. And it's just that. Obviously, it probably takes quite a bit longer than, I mean, not quite a bit, but longer than other potions do, because you can only make 5 at a time as opposed to the 10 at a time you usually do. Although, I've just started doing this for the first time. I only have like 30 potions, so I'm not in like a huge groove myself, but most people say that like it is, like even like I said, even though it looks kind of complicated, you can pretty easily get into a groove. You see, I've already got my rune light settings all set up so that like my left clicks just empty and fill my sacks whenever they need to. You can do that to make it easier, and I'm sure you could start, if you're really focused, you can just fly these out pretty quick. I think XP an hour hovers around, I watched Mudkip's old video and he was getting like 95k. I imagine you might be able to push that up to 100k if you're super focused, but 95k I'd say is probably going to be about where you'll end up, especially if you're waffling like I am trying to explain this the whole time. But yeah, that's just about where I'm going to wrap up this episode for now. I would want to sit here and make all of these, but you can see we're going to need to make 1,200 of them, so it's going to take a couple hours here to get through all of these, and I want to get this video out. It'll be 3 weeks exactly, I think, by the time I get this video out. I'm going to put it on a Tuesday. Thank you guys for waiting, and also thank you if you made it all the way to the end. I really appreciate it, and this video took longer than I thought it would, but I just that was more of the nature of the game and not me getting burnt or anything, which I'm very happy about. I'm really looking forward to leagues coming out soon. I am planning on streaming those at some point. It's right around Thanksgiving. I was going to take work off just for a weekend, a day or two, and have some time. I was going to do that right around when leagues start, but I was like, it's Thanksgiving week. I work at a grocery store, so it's hard to get, that time off. So I was like, hey, I'll just do the next weekend after that, because that is usually a pretty slow weekend for stores. So hopefully I'll do that, get some nice leagues time in. If it doesn't get delayed, it could get delayed, who knows. But do that for a couple weeks and then back to the account. Although that being said, I hope to definitely get at least one more video out for the UIM. Hopefully 2. I'm hoping for 2, but it'll depend on what we do. I'm definitely going to get 99 next episode. The most obvious one would be agility. I'm only 750k away from that. I've just been doing that here and there in my spare time, especially when I was doing farm runs and stuff. But also Forestry Part 2 came out, and I want to take a look into that. I already did a little bit of it today, just a little, little experiment, seeing things. I'm only 95 woodcutting, but even just sitting at redwoods for a couple hours, you get a couple hundred, the XP adds up pretty quick for an AFK skill like that. But anyway, if you made it this far, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, and hopefully I will see you all in the next one.